Nobody in Oregon wants to see creosote-soaked railroad ties end up in a landfill buried in our state. The Rick Franklin Corporation out of Lebanon, Oregon is doing something about that. So they bring all these railroad ties here to this spot in Lebanon. They grind them up in these two different machines. Then they're made into hog fuel, where these cats load them into these trucks. They're then taken to Newburgh, where they're going to power a plant. I got an idea. Why don't you come along with us and we'll show you how this works in detail.
Well, these ties are waste ties, debris that we've pulled out of the railroad. They're no longer usable.
There aren't a lot of options for old, used, retired railroad ties.
The reason we opt for this versus the landfill is because it's a final disposal, it's environmentally safe, it's environmentally clean, and we feel it's the right thing to do.
The right thing starts by hauling the old ties to the Rick Franklin Corporation in Lebanon, Oregon.
We pick the tie initially and we feed it into this green machine behind us here. This is called the Crambo. The Crambo is actually a low RPM shredder. It only operates at 25 RPM. And so instead of grinding, doing a high-speed grinding of the wood, it actually just has some fingers on there, essentially pull it apart and shred it.
The Crambo is amazing. It shreds those 8-foot-plus ties into 12-inch material. What happens to all the metal spikes and steel straps that are stuck in the wood?
Also a part of that is it has an electromagnet on board that will help pull some of that steel and separate that steel.
Lots of steel ends up in the bins and barrels surrounding the plant.
The next piece of equipment in the line is this Peterson grinder. Now the grinder is a high-speed grinder.
Those 12-inch pieces of wood end up here in this machine, and there's no messing around.
And it comes out of the grinder is this fine material you'll see off here to the left. And that's the ultimate hog fuel.
It costs more to process railroad ties like this than it would to just leave them in a pile or bury them.
Creosote's a petroleum-based product. Wherever you bury it, it's going to be there for a long time to come. The people that have been around railroads have seen ties piled up for 100 years. And so it just makes you feel good to go through, clean it up, get rid of that material, and then know that it's been handled in a safe, responsible fashion.
The end product? What they call hog fuel, but it has one more stop.
This particular fuel is going to SP Newsprint and Newburgh, and that'll be used as energy to power their plant. One of the side benefits of the creosote is that it actually has a 20% higher BTU rating than regular green waste, regular untreated wood.
So what was waste becomes a value and provides much needed energy.
You know, one, we're getting final disposition of this material in an environmentally responsible fashion, and two, there's an added benefit to the mill because it's got the increased BTU rating, so increased energy yield.
Sure, takes more time and a bit more money to recycle railroad ties this way, but again, the Rick Franklin Corporation feels it's worth it because it's the right thing to do.